I told my dad's new girlfriend that their wedding cancellation wasn't my fault, and I don't want to have a relationship with them. At 18, I faced my mother's devastating cancer diagnosis. 2 years later, she passed away. Throughout her illness, my dad was often absent, occupied by work and frequent business trips. My aunt and grandmother stepped in to care for my mom. About 5 months after her death, my dad introduced his new girlfriend to me. In shock, I confronted him after learning that they had been together for 3 years, revealing that he had been unfaithful to my mother during her final years. Realizing his trips were not for business but to meet his girlfriend, my anger overwhelmed me. I packed my belongings and left his house. We haven't spoken since that day. Currently, I am 25. The only family I speak to is an aunt who helped me when I left my dad's house. A few days ago, my aunt called me, asked me how I was, and then asked me if I heard from dad. I said, why would I hear from him again? My aunt said dad is getting married to his partner, and by going to his wedding, it would help us mend our relationship. I said, why would I do that? He is dead to me. There was silence on the phone for a bit before my dad replied, asking if that was what I felt about him. I immediately cut the call when I heard his voice. I realized he was with my aunt when she made the call to me. I texted my aunt telling her I asked her not to tell dad anything about me, and she agreed back then. She texted me back saying I was wrong for saying what I said, and my dad is crushed hearing that, and that I should move on by now. I did not want to argue with someone who helped me, so I blocked her. Over the next 2 days, I got wedding invitations to my mailbox. The only person in the family who knew my address was my aunt, and she gave my number to various members of the family. I am being bombarded with calls and texts from dad, uncles, cousins, aunts saying I should give him a chance and come to the wedding. Some called me names for saying what I said. I got a text from my dad's partner saying my dad is thinking of postponing the wedding, and I should just talk to him. For context, my dad's partner was a friend of my mom, and knew she had cancer. I said it's not my fault if he postpones the wedding. I don't want to have a relationship with dad or her. They are trying to force it. It got quiet after that, but hearing so many people from my dad's side call me a horrible person made me feel conflicted. However, I'm standing my ground. Update. So, after the many texts and calls from multiple family members, I sent a text to all the numbers detailing what dad did and why I chose to be no contact with him. I then blocked all the numbers. I have changed my number, but kept the old number in a separate phone to collect evidence if they start to harass me from random numbers. But luckily, nothing happened, and I thought that was that. A week or so after that, my aunt's fiancé came to my apartment. He knows what time I get off work and was waiting for me in the parking lot. I was apprehensive, but he assured me he only wanted to talk, and according to him, the text I sent has caused chaos in that family. He told me that some of the cousins who did not know what happened in the past started to question dad and his partner, and they started to get defensive and deny it, but someone revealed that it was true. This has caused a massive argument within the family, with some cousins pulling out of the wedding. Dad wanted to postpone the wedding so he can talk to me, but his partner threatened to leave him if he did that. The news of what dad and his partner did also reached some of their friends who were at one point friends of my mom as well. Some of them has also pulled out of the wedding, and this caused my dad's partner to have a breakdown and started banning anyone who brings it up, family members included, from the wedding. According to aunt's fiancé, she is blaming this all on me, says I did this intentionally. I laughed at that. The wedding is still somehow happening. I asked him about my aunt and how all this started, and he said all he knows is that there was a conversation of how bad the family would look if I wasn't at the wedding, and that my aunt offered to call me. He said that he disagreed, but she did it anyway. He said that he is only here because he felt I needed to know what happened. I thanked him, but said I will be going completely no contact with her, and by extension him as well. He agreed, wished me well, and left. I am not going to lie and say I am completely okay. I miss my aunt. I miss my mom. But I know what I did was the right thing. I am currently staying with my friend. As a lot of you said, I should try therapy, and I am going to take that advice. Some of the comments has made me realize that I have bottled up a lot of grief and anger. I am super nervous about it, but I also feel it'll do me good. So, once again, thank you all.